Hey there, welcome back to another review of another 80s horror film. And this time it is Without Warning. Now, Without Warning is a 1980 horror film that, funny enough, it's kind of Predator before Predator, only for the fact that it's about an alien that hunts people for sport. And it's played by Kevin Peter Hall, who of course would play the Predator in Predator 1 and 2. Now, they're very different movies in the fact that Predator is a balls-to-the-wall action film, and this is much more lower budget, much more of just a horror film with some teenagers and some established actors. It does have some recognizable people. You do have David Caruso in a small supporting role. You have Jack Palance. You have Martin Landau. And the gist of the plot is you have these four kids. You have our two leads, boy and a girl, and then another guy and girl, the other guy being David Caruso. The four of them go out in the woods. They stop at this gas station, which is Jack Palance works at. He kind of owns the place. He's also a hunter. And he warns them not to go into the woods, but of course they do. David Caruso and the girl disappear. The other two find those two dead in a shack. And what this alien does, first of all, as you can see, it's got a head that's sort of like a light bulb, shape-wise. It throws these things, like these little frisbees. They look like jellyfish. And they got like little teeth and needle-tipped tentacles. So the alien will throw these frisbees to get on target so that the teeth and the tentacles attach themselves in order to kill the victim. And the reason those guys were in the shack is like a hunter hanging animals for trophies. Just a hunts for sport. So it is interesting to see a film that does that alien hunting for sport angle before Predator. Now, of course, Predator is a much better movie on every aspect. Predator is an absolute classic, but this is definitely a decent curiosity. The effects of the alien is not too bad. The effects of the little frisbees, you have some bit of nice gruesome effects. They're, I thought, fun to watch. The movie starts off with a father and son getting killed in the woods. The father played by an actor named Cameron Mitchell. Oh, another funny thing is, I like David Caruso as an actor. CSI Miami, Session 9, which I reviewed on this channel long ago. It was funny to see David Caruso in these very short shorts. Like, if they were any shorter, you see the pecker. So I thought that was kind of a funny thing. Like, how short are these short shorts? Just shit. I thought only women wore these short shorts. You gotta shave before you leave, and I don't mean your legs. So it's almost the case. But, like I said, the actors do fine. Like the teens, they do fine. I didn't think they were bad or anything. Jack Palance I liked as an actor, whether it be in Alone in the Dark, his bit role in Batman. I love him in City Slickers. Even City Slickers 2 does a good job. And Jack Palance was a welcome addition in this. He plays a hunter that you find out he does know what's going on, and he's trying to hunt the thing to stop it, tries to trap it. The other notable actor is Martin Landau, because the two leads get to this bar to try to get help, call the police. And Martin Landau's like, hey, I believe you. I believe in aliens too. But you realize that he's this ill veteran that at times thinks he's still back in the war. And then he starts thinking that the aliens can look like people. Then he starts thinking that maybe the people are aliens. Just a very fucked up individual that causes problems for our characters. And Martin Landau, he does a nice acting job as well. So, like I said, it's cool to see Martin Landau and Jack Palance in this film. It pretty much it's the characters. You have the little thing going on in the bar where they're waiting for the cops. Landau fucks up, accidentally shoots the sheriff because he thinks it's something else. Jack Palance takes the two teens, but then he wants them to show him where that shack is because Jack Palance is hunting the thing. And the kids don't want to, but ultimately they sort of have to. And then just a fight for survival where Jack Palance gets attacked, our two teens leave, try to escape, they get picked up by a cop car, but it's really Landau driving. It pretty much leads to our two teen kids. They escape the cop car, they jump on a bridge into the water, they get to a house, they think they're safe, the girl goes to sleep, wakes up, the guy boyfriend dies. He's found in the chair with a little nasty looking jellyfish type thing on his face. And the movie goes at a decent pace. It's not that long of a film. Like I said, the effects for a low budget are pretty decent. The acting is fine. The best part is when, to me, Jack Palance is on the screen, or when we see some of these decent gruesome effects. Would have been interesting to see the alien have different weapons if he's hunting for sport. Like, instead of just this repeated jellyfish thing that he throws, like if he had other weapons, they'd even be other living type of weapons. Like if he had a spear that was also a creature, or he had or even just a regular weapon. It just would have been interesting. Maybe have the kills be a little bit different. A little bit of bigger body count would have been nice. But it's a pretty decent flick if you like sci-fi horror. It's definitely a curiosity piece. Like I said, if you want to see a film prior to Predator that also featured Kevin Peter Hall playing an alien that hunted people for sport. The ending, the ending's alright, but I would have done a lot more with the ending. Pretty much what happens is Jack Palance and the teen lady, they have this trap set up where they're going to blow up the shack to kill the alien. Landau screws things up. He walks up to the alien kills him by throwing up some more of those jellyfish things on him. Jack Palance gets injured. Before I get to that, I do like Jack Palance. I love how he attacks a line in whatever performance he's in. Like even in this movie, now you and me, we got the prize game. Or at the end was like, alien. For a split second, I thought he said Elliot, but it's like, alien. And leads it to the shack, and the girl blows it up and kills Jack Palance and the alien. And Jack Palance tells her, so Jack Palance is a good guy, self-sacrifice, so yeah, it didn't bother me too much, but it bothered me a little bit because I would have preferred Jack Palance's character living, because he's my favorite character in the movie. I just would have been happier if he had lived. And maybe fought the alien a bit more. Like even some type of physical way, or brute forcing the alien in there. Some more of a physical get down. That's one of the many things I think that makes Predator a more satisfying film. So yeah, while I will like the alien have a bit different weaponry from time to time, so that the attack scenes were not so similar, maybe a bigger body count, maybe the ending be a little bit different. Overall, like I said, if you like sci-fi horror, it's definitely worth a watch. Jack Palance and Landau do a good job. The effects are pretty decent. I don't mind the look of the alien. One little quick bit that I thought was a bit eerie was when the lady finds her boyfriend dead in the chair, and she turns, and for a split second you see the creature like lunge her. and you see like quick second, and then cuts to her trying to escape. I don't know, the way that was handled, I thought was, ooh, it was like, and something about that was a little bit eerie. I don't know if it's boom and the alien is there, or the design of the creature, or what it did. But yeah, it was fairly, thought a decent little bit in the flick. It's too bad Kevin Peter Hall is not still with us. Would have been nice to hear his input as to, you know, how it was playing the role. Or hell, it would have been nice to see a new interview with him about how it was working on Predator. I mean, you know, Kevin Peter Hall was a talented guy. I mean, he was Harry in the Hendersons, Predator 1 and 2, this. I mean, very talented actor, could really bring a suit to life. Granted, Harry and the Hendersons, Predator 1 and 2 have more to do than this alien stream running time-wise, but still, for what he had to work with, he did a good job. But anyway, those are my quick thoughts, and without warning, like I said, it's a decent flick. Thanks for watching, take care, and stay tuned for another 80s horror film review later.